Hey everyone, Ryan Alice here from Austin, Texas. Welcome back to the SaaS Growth System course. Today we're going to do a lesson on product-led growth. Let's jump right in. So we're going to focus on how to generate more user acquisition and more customer growth using PLG. What is PLG? Product-led growth relies on product usage as the main way to acquire, engage, and retain customers, as opposed to the more traditional way of relying on sales teams, demos, contracts, and customer success teams as the main way to acquire, engage, and retain customers. Some of the benefits of PLG done well are better user experiences, shorter sales cycle, reduced CACs, higher revenue per employee, and better customer retention. What are some obvious PLG recommendations that really can be applied to any size company, whether you're targeting SMBs, mid-market, the enterprise, or even B2C? Number one, invest in making the user experience really, really great. That's something we invested a lot in at iContact, going back to when we started in the mid 2000s. Our slogan was email marketing simplified, and we invested a lot in user experience. So make your UI UX really great. Have easy onboarding. We'll talk more about that in the next lesson. Design for viral user growth. Encourage your users to spread the word by inviting other people in their organization, at their company, that they would want to collaborate with, or encouraging other people at other companies that they would want to share their work with or collaborate with on your platform. You want to let people try out your product with minimal barriers, ideally allowing a customer to play around with a fully functional, either time-limited version or feature-limited version of your product, and then allow for upsell purchases in product to expand your upsell offers. So those are some common sense PLG recommendations. So here's a great quote from a company that's invested a lot in PLG, Clipfolio. Product-led growth means that every team in your business influences the product. Your marketing team will ask, how can our product generate a demand flywheel? Your sales team will ask, how can we use the product to qualify our prospects for us? Your customer success team will ask, how can we create a product that helps customers become successful beyond our dreams? By having every team focused on your product, you create a culture that's built around enduring customer value. Alan Willey, co-founder and CEO of Clipfolio. So how would I summarize PLG? Well, from my perspective, PLG is the obvious, common sense way to build any B2C and any SMB focused SaaS product. But it's really only part of the story for B2B mid-market and enterprise firms, which we'll talk about here in a moment. So unlike some zealots in the SaaS space who say PLG is everything, I don't think it's a panacea. I don't think it's a holy grail, and I don't think it's an either or. You want to focus on growth through PLG and growth through CAC positive, payback positive, paid ads. And if you're a mid-market enterprise company, you also want to focus on growth through outbound prospecting. So now that we have that out of the way, let's look at a couple diagrams. On the left side, you see the more traditional funnel that we've been sharing throughout this course, going from strangers to evangelizers, from inquiries to customers in this case, going from visitors to leads to MQLs to SQLs to opportunities to customers. And in the product-led growth example, you focus a lot on the product experience, and that really becomes a lot of your marketing, and it becomes a lot of your sales. And that really can work, in my experience, whenever your monthly cost is, say, less than $500, your ARPA is less than $500, your ACV is less than $6,000. I'm a big fan of PLG, so that would be in the B2C and SMB space. However, when you're in the mid-market and enterprise, you need to combine lessons of PLG, invest in good user experience, invest in making it easy to access and utilize your product, with lessons from mid-market and enterprise, which is like build a great sales team and offer discovery calls, offer demos, offer sales conversations, allow pricing to happen in a customized basis. And what you'll see today is a lot of companies will do exactly what I'm talking about. For under $500 a month, they'll have pricing transparent, they'll have a free trial or even a freemium product. But once you get into their enterprise offerings, where you might need custom features, more features, SSOs, additional API access, significantly higher limits, hundreds and hundreds of users across an organization, you're going to want to customize the pricing for each client and actually build a relationship. And companies in that mid-market and enterprise space, they get that. They get that they're going to take 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks to make a decision on a $100,000 or even a $50,000 a year product. And so that is where you want to combine the lessons of PLG, which is basically make a great product, with the lessons of successful scalable sales. So some diagrams here that come from AHA Labs. You can look on the left is the sales-led growth, awareness, interest, MQL, SQL, opportunity, revenue. That fits sort of the ADAR formula that we've talked about here at SaaSRise. And then you want to combine the lessons of product-led growth, focusing on awareness, sign up, what is called a product qualified lead, a PQL, when a user is a free user, a trial or freemium user actually taking actions that indicates that they're ready to buy. That creates the opportunity, creating the revenue. And then of course you focus on landing and expanding and having that customer become an evangelizer and make referrals through a customer referral program. So that is the cycle of PLG. And when you combine these two well, it can work very nicely. Another example here, you go sign up, engage, realize value, convert, and then advocate. Similar type of cycle. Last graphic I'll show here is this prism where you combine every element of the business, sales, marketing, success, engineering, and design, into building a truly beautiful, focused user experience. If you do that, you will thrive, regardless of whether you're in B2C, SMB, at mid-market, or enterprise. If you build a beautiful user experience, you will thrive. So here are some tips for doing PLG really well. Know who you're serving, understand their needs, go through a true design thinking discovery process with them. You've probably done that if you're already at 2 million, 5 million, 10 million in ARR, but that's a key. And put your money into product development and building an incredible R&D team and a really great UI UX team. Showcase your product on your website. Most companies will do that now. Don't use stock footage. Use pictures of your product. Use examples of your actual product at work. Don't make customers take that extra step and ask you for pricing unless, let's say, it's more than $500 a month. Then I think it probably makes sense to get on a phone call. You can offer a free trial or a freemium for the lower end of your service. And you want to understand what are the moments of value, or the aha moments here that OutFunnel talks about, which are moments that will cause the user or the customer to say, aha, there's something here that makes a difference in my life. And that could come after setting up a successful integration. That could come after, if you're using Uber for the very first time 10 years ago, and you're sort of clicking on a button and you see a car come and pick you up 4 minutes later. That's the aha moment. You want your product to have these aha moments. You want to focus on customer acquisition through product usage, through word of mouth, rather than only through traditional sales and marketing channels. You want to focus on customer retention by building a great product that customers love, have high NPS scores, have high active user scores. You never want to have a product where only 30% of your users use it monthly. You really want to build a product that 60, 70, 80, 90% of your active user base uses it every single month. You want to use data and analytics to track your platform and to track what is working. And you want to sort of evaluate how you can teach the lessons of PLG inside your company. You want to make sure if you're a B2C and SMB company, that you focus a lot of efforts on growing through having an extraordinary product. That was something we focused a lot on iContact the first 6 or 7 years. And then in 2008, 2009, we expanded it into mid-market. We kept the PLG focus on the SMB side, and then we added in the go-to-market for mid-market and enterprise, which is a little bit different. And then lastly, measure your progress using metrics like MAUs and DAUs, CAC and LTV, like we talked about earlier in the SaaS unit economics section, churn rate, and engagement metrics. Engagement metrics will give you an early indicator of what your churn rate is going to be, as well as allow you to increase your NRR, your net revenue retention. So in summary here, understand your target audience, invest in product development, show the product on your site, have transparent pricing, particularly if it's under $6,000 a year or $500 a month, offer a free trial or freemium, and identify your aha moments. Here are 3 or 4 examples of product-led growth firms: Airtable, Slack, Figma, and Typeform. These companies have all done very well. These are all companies in the B2B space, and they all focused a lot on user experience and user onboarding, which we're going to talk about in the next lesson. Here's a great book on PLG by Wes Bush, How to Build a Product That Sells Itself, Product-Led Growth. That's a great book if you want to read more. In the next lesson, we're going to talk about user onboarding. I'll see you in the next lesson. Hope you're enjoying this course so far.